Hi there guys and welcome to another Trainspin 2018 video. Today we've got just a little scenario that's funny enough called Morning Dump, which I think is a great name for a scenario. This is made by Kev Butler of Ace Trains' fame. He sent this over to me last week and also put it out there for the rest of you to enjoy. I think it's available on the Ace Trains Facebook page and also mine. I think you put a link to it as well. It's got a bit of humour in it. It's a little bit light-hearted. It's not a super duper serious one, but it's still a good scenario. I quite enjoyed it, and it went down a storm on the stream. So I'm going to give it a go for you here now, guys, and we'll see how we get on. Rightio. Good morning, driver. As you're aware, you are aboard this GBRF Class 66 unit, which you've taken up to the Bootle branch from Seaforth Dock. Once you have the road, you'll proceed to Whopping Down siding number 2. The shunter will be waiting for you at the stopping point. Once you've arrived, you'll switch ends and set up the cab accordingly. Once covered up, you may proceed to Garston Depot. Good luck. Okay, well, let's get everything set up. So let's get the master key in. Let's get some headlights on today. Cancel our AWS. Get our instrument lights on. And then we're about good to go in the 66, if I'm honest with you. It's a nice little thing to drive. We have the road, so we're going to get moving straight off. So this uses the Liverpool-Manchester route, and it's a bit of the route that I'd never driven on. And even people on the stream were like, oh, I didn't even know this was sceneried. So I'm just going to show you on the map whereabouts we are. And then you'll see sort of the route we're taking. So it's all down here into sort of the Waterloo sidings and sort of the Garston area. It's really nice, actually. It's a bit of the route that I don't... Well, it's a route I don't even play that much. So I'm quite pleased he's done it in here. What are we driving? 66705. And we have on the rear 66707. So we're top and tailed. Now this is more about one or two of the added custom reskins that Kev has put in. That just bring a bit of humour to it all, really. So we also have sort of a new route that has been mentioned with some extra, well, I say extra. This is the Medway Valley line that's coming soon that DTG have sort of rolled out. Now I'm not going to go into the route details too much on this. Actually, yes, we will. We'll go and do the Medway Valley. So it, as far as I can tell, is an add-on to the Chatham Main Line. Which is... the Chatham Main Line's a good route. I've got no issue with it at the moment. So I'm just trying to find where it's sort of... The Medway Valley line retains its semaphore signalling. It would not be until 2005 that the line was finally brought up to modern standards with colour light signals. Following from that, several of the signal boxes closed in due course, but some still remain and are open. It had quite a bit of freight back in the day as well, so there's sort of... I'm not trying to find out when it's actually set, because it's a bit conflicting, but I haven't read through it all to know it just through and through. What I'm more interested in what comes with it. So the first thing that comes up is the 59/0. So these were built to satisfy disappointment with the British Rail Class 56 reliability and service. The 59/0 is derived from the popular EMD SD40-2. Used throughout the United States, it represents the first privately owned diesel locomotive to use British soil. total of 4 were ordered in 1984, with all of them arriving in January 1986. A further locomotive would be ordered in 1988 to bring the fleet up to a total of 5. The cab of the 59 was a surrogate. Oh, and I'm speeding. That was a bit dodgy of me, wasn't it? What did you expect from one of my videos, anyway? It was a surrogate of the Class 58. I wouldn't say a surrogate. It was a sibling of the Class 58 cab, introduced years prior to give drivers a familiar environment while training on the new fleet. Once the 59s were in service, they got to work hauling aggregates. Their sheer power meant they could handle the heaviest trains. And that's literally 59005 holds the European haulage record for a single locomotive heading a 1,650 metre long stone train, which weighed in 11,982 tonnes. Wow, that's pretty darn heavy, isn't it? That attractive effort was something like 126,000. I'm not sure. It was ridiculous. But anyway, I think they're a good addition. And it also means that there is more chance of a sound pack or a enhancement pack of that kind maybe being on the way. I know that a couple of people, Woody has the sounds for the American engine, which is a EMD 16 something or other. The route also, what it looks like it's coming with is the 59-0, the 59-2, the 375, 377 and the 465. Now that's a lot of trains for one route, and there's me trying to scroll down pages and zooming in for you. So that's something to look forward to. For those of you that don't have a lot of those DLCs, mainly being the 3, well actually if you've got Chatham Mainlines you'd have most of those. And again, they won't kind of be the standalone ones, which a lot of the reskins use and scenarios use. But it'll still be a good point for anybody sort of coming into Train Simulator that they can just get the Chatham Main Line and have a very complete route to be able to use. Call that pretty damn perfect. So I think we're now going to swap ends. So switch those off, tail lights on. Okay driver, now switch ends and you're clear to proceed to Garston Depot. And it's just the same procedure in reverse for in here. Shift W for the master key in, stick that on, daytime, cancel the AWS, instrument lights. I just always like having them on the 66, I think because they've still got that sort of glow that I quite like. Brakes aren't completely off there, I don't think. Yeah. Struggling to get moving a bit there. So we've got a 15 limit until we get back out onto the line, I think. So yeah, the Medway Valley route. I'm excited about that. I don't know who's made it. I was informed that DTG were no longer producing content for Train Simulator Classic. So I'm guessing it could be someone that's done it in third party and DTG have bought it off them. I'm unsure. If you know, let me know in the comments below. Was this something that somebody was doing in a third party capacity that DTG have said, oh, hang on a sec, we'll publish that for you? It's interesting nonetheless. Not a particularly bit of the world that I go, oh yeah, brilliant. But I've played some stunning scenarios on the Chatham mainline by people like Chris, Whitemead, Ash. So some of them have been really, really nice. So the more on there, the better. But there's a few routes that are a little bit neglected, a bit like this. So the exciting times for Train Sim Classic continue. I've also been given a copy of High Speed Tracks Devon Rails version 5. That's got the Gunnislate branch on. That's an upcoming video. That may even be out before this video, I'm unsure. And Atlantic High Speed have put up some more pictures of their 373, which I'm really, really pleased to see. Really, really pleased to see. That's going to be sort of my... That's the one I'm probably most excited for this year. But anyway, we're coming towards the end of January as this video goes out, and that means I am back in the swing of work and back in the swing of trying to get my routine all sorted so I can get my videos out a lot more regularly, and the streams going back to normal as well. They won't be back to normal until February. The Wednesdays just due to work and the pressures that are on the NHS at the minute. I mean, the staffing is a little bit short. And funds, money will also increase. As I'm sure you're aware with most YouTubers at the moment, those of us that sort of use our income from YouTube as a source of income, as modest as it is being absolutely hammered tooth and nail by YouTube. I'm at about 60% of my income before. Now I know that's not a concern of you guys, really isn't, but it does impact you, because it does mean that as new DLC come out, I'm not going to be able just to go, well, hey, there you go. But don't worry, I will still be able to do that, because I will happily do what I did to the start and use my own funds to purchase DLC and stuff, just to keep this going. This is my sort of thing. I love doing it. It's a fair old gradient here. And it levels out pretty quickly when we get out of this. Oh, see, I knew that would happen. I'd come over the brow of that that gradient and then be speeding. It's actually quite nicely done. I mean, it's not up to some of the freeware standards, but considering this route is quite a few years old now, still looks the part, doesn't it? So yeah, I'm sure you've heard all YouTubers moan about advertising at the minute. It's just nice. Sometimes I like doing little moves like this. Alright, as soon as we get past this board, we can put on the power a little bit. And I hope you guys all have got something nice in the sales over Christmas and like January and that. I hope you've actually gone out. I mean, the Facebook page has been inundated with people requesting reviews on certain bits of DLC or asking the community what's been best. And there's been some clear winners. There's been some absolute clear winners. The MKS 460 and the AP Class 205 have been the DLC that everybody's been recommending over and over again, actually. As the best sort of what's available. But it's a very hard question to answer when somebody comes on my page and says, well, I've got X amount of money, what do I buy? Oh god, here we go. 13 minutes ago and I've just logged on to see it. Somebody's already said this is sort of very typical of what we get. Can anybody recommend a good PC? Can anybody recommend train sim routes? That's exactly the sort of things we get. And the community is really helpful at keeping that up. We're just about knocking 2,000 subscribers actually, and not subscribers, viewers. Viewers? That's not even the right word. Members is the word for the Facebook page. There's a lot of people in there with lots and lots of knowledge, some really good creators in there. So if you're not over on the Facebook page, do jump over and have a look at it as well. Join in with us. It's a brilliant place. I find myself checking it for my own benefit more than a lot of the other Facebook pages that I used to use, because a lot of the people that I talk to on there are now on Facebook, on my group, which is lovely. I cannot complain. But yeah, the things that come into a big part of my head when somebody says, what do I buy, is what routes do you have? What do you like driving? There's no point in me recommending a Armstrong Powerhouse Class 90 pack if you don't have the West Coast Main Line, East Coast Main Line, and you like driving steam. Now, if you want something, so I tend to just give things that show off the potential of Train Simulator, what it can do. So I will tend to recommend those things that are sort of push the limits, that really push the limits. Also, a big thing that's come up is just been a cost of things. So what I do have to do, so just a reminder that this scenario is called Morning Dump. There's a new open access operator started up around the Liverpool area. Kev's actually the MD of it, and it is, as you can see there, big dump rail freight in 1970s British Leyland Brown. It's just awesome. It's like a little partnership with Freightliner. Little things like that make me smile, really make me smile. I'm not one for fictional stuff by any stretch of the imagination, but that did just give me a little chuckle. It's my toilet humour mind, I'm afraid. We also get a lot of questions like, what's the best version of a certain train? So, well, those frames are looking a little jumpy. Chris was actually asking what was the best Class 67 RSC or Just trains. Now, it's really good because you get personal opinions, and then you get sort of like actual factual ones, and I like to mix them both together. It's really cool. It's really cool. Of course, as you guys know, I prefer driving the Just Trains one, but I prefer the look of the RSC one. Even though the RSC one with the AP enhancement pack isn't a bad drive by any stretch of the imagination. Got a couple of little performance issues going on here, which is quite strange. I will say I went from sleep mode, which is something I thought I'd turned off. So that may have a little something to do with it. A lot of Midland 350 standing in for a TPE one there. Sorry, there seems to be some cats fighting outside. You hear my dog's now going mad. Double dump. Now, as not much as dump has connotations with something you'd do in the morning, hence morning dump, it's also got a big relation to train sim. I mean, we all know about the dreaded temp dumps, so I quite like the way that's sort of mixed in there with the humour. It's very nicely done. And you guys also head on over to Ace Train's Facebook page. Keep an eye on how the Merseyrail route's coming along. I can give you a quick update. It looks stunning. I think the depot arrivals line is ours to stop at, which is quite nice. It's a nice little morning stop move, really. Now I know why I was getting frame drops, not because it came out of sleep mode. Windows has just popped up. We have an update for you. So there's been a Windows update running in the background there, and we all know that that causes absolute havoc with Train Sim. So we've gone from between 30 and 50 FPS up to a pretty stable 70, 80. So we're about 78, 79. We'll snooze that. I've never been even down here on this route at all. Love it. All this bit of this route just hiding away. I wonder how many other bits of routes people don't realise are actually still there. But there's loads. But there's absolutely loads. Alright then guys, thank you very much for joining me for this very quick scenario, and big shout out to Kev for it. Thank you very much. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe to this video. The more you can punt out my content, the better funds I get, the better content I can bring you on Train Sim. All the best guys, and once again, thank you ever so much for joining me. Catch you next time.